So here's a property list that gets created once you enter a claim code, or if you enter in a single address that's linked to multiple addresses in the system. All this information, of course, it's public information, and based on the ownership of one property that you entered, we can find other properties in that same market or in other markets that have the same ownership information. And that information automatically populates into the system. But let's just say because it's public information, it might be old, or there's some updates that you've done that the system doesn't just know about yet. So for example, let's say that here you added a bedroom and an additional 500 square feet to that house. So there you go. That's how easy it would be to add. Now, when you say you're done adding properties, the next thing the system needs is what you think those properties are worth. So the assessed value on that property is $59, but you think it's a $70,000 property. Go ahead and enter that here. I'm going to go through and populate the rest of the data and then check in a minute. Okay, you'll notice here we've got these sliders for your interest in selling a house. Let's say you have zero interest in selling that house simply because you're over leveraged on it perhaps. So you just drag that down to low and keep going. Now you get dropped into the dashboard, and the first thing you'll notice in the dashboard is you're missing some information that's going to help the dashboard make its calculations. For example, we can't tell you what your CapEx, portfolio IRR, or equity is until we know some additional information about the houses. The fastest way to do that is to use the wizard and say, fix these now. Next, you'll run through 3 steps that tell us everything we need to know to calculate the dashboard. What your taxes are, what your annual management fees are, and what your annual insurance per property would be. Next, we ask you anything about your mortgage that you're willing to tell us. Again, these calculations help us tell you how profitable your properties are, how leveraged your portfolio is on an average, and what you can do about it going forward. Now the system is going to ask you for lease information. When your lease is up, what the monthly lease amount is, and how much you estimate you collect a year. It's very simple to do this. You just go in, pick the month, the year, and the date when the next lease is up. Then you say how much you're getting a month, and you estimate how much rent you collect. In this case, because of turnover, we're going to say that maybe we only get $8,000 as opposed to the $9,600 that we would expect. And the tenant stability is under a year. However, in this property, we say that we have a long-term lease with this person on the 1st, that's due on the 1st of 2020. The monthly lease amount is $1,200. And because this person has never missed, we're going to go in with the $1,440 and over 5 years. That tells you this is a very stable property. You should note that you can just quickly enter this data in, but you have to do it in a 2-digit month, a 2-digit date, and a 4-digit year. Here's what that might look like. So let's say it's 10/01/2020. That tells you exactly when that lease is up. And the system will take that data just fine. I'll fill out the rest of these and check back with you once I'm done. Now, once that's done, let's continue to the dashboard.